Well, I'm sure this film's gonna start a very respectful conversation about politics. Greetings, my fancy friends. Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm gonna be talking about One Battle After Another, directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, stars Leonardo DiCaprio and Chase Infinity. The film is about Bob Ferguson, played by Leonardo DiCaprio, and he is part of a resistance group called the French 75. But after a resistance plan that goes completely wrong, he has to go into hiding. And 16 years later, he is an absolute mess, having to live off the grid. He's a runaway with the law. He has a daughter played by Chase Infinity, and he has no idea how to parent. He's an absolute total wreck. He drinks all the time, he smokes all the time. He's trying to hold on to that feeling of being a prime revolutionary, but he really doesn't have that spark anymore. Not only that, but a general that Bob faced in the past has come back for revenge, Colonel Lockjaw, played by Sean Penn. And after a few twists and turns of events, Lockjaw has kidnapped Bob's daughter, so Bob has to go on a grand adventure to save his daughter and learn once again what it means to be a prime revolutionary. So for me, this is one of the easiest movies to write a review for because I was just in love with this entire film. It's got so many intricate things in here that just work magnificently. I think it's Paul Thomas Anderson's best film. I think it's got Leonardo DiCaprio's best performance. I believe it's an expertly crafted political thriller filled to the brim with so many political messages and themes that are relevant today. It is just a perfectly made film. I mean, this film was just an hyper-energetic blockbuster. I wish I had a heart monitor on while watching this film because it is just 100 miles per hour from the very first scene. From the very first scene, it just shoots you at 100 miles per hour, and it keeps that pace through the 3-hour runtime. And speaking of that, this might be one of the shortest feeling 3-hour movies I've ever seen. It is 3 hours long, but it felt like it was 90 minutes. The pacing is absolutely perfect in this film, with every single scene just connecting and flowing perfectly between each other, where it just goes from one scene and shoots you off to the next. You're going on this huge journey with Bob, and man, it is just a rush hour of excitement. Now let's get into the characters, because I believe every single character in here was just beautifully crafted. Not one character in here felt like they were just needlessly put into the film to expand the runtime or just add in more subplots. Every single character in this film is just engaging to watch because every single character has their own battle they're going through. I guess you could say it's one battle after another. Bob's battle that he's going through is that he's dealing with the stress of raising a daughter and he has no idea how to parent, and that's because he's just worried about raising somebody in a political climate that is happening right now. He's a worrywart, he lives in a secluded area in the woods, he's a stoner, he's a drunk, he lives off the grid, he doesn't have a cell phone, he doesn't let his own daughter have a cell phone. Like, Bob is just an absolute just train wreck of a character, and it's very crazy to see his character be this super confident revolutionary in the beginning and just seeing how he becomes later on in the film. And you really do root for him when he starts to sober up and starts becoming an actual good person when he goes out and tries to rescue his daughter. Like, man, and Leonardo DiCaprio's performance just elevates this character so much. Like I said in the beginning, this is absolutely Leonardo DiCaprio's best performance by far. If he is not nominated for Best Actor, I will be shocked because the things that he does in this film is just absolutely incredible because he has to act all serious while trying to go out and save his daughter, but at the same time, he's an absolute goofball. Watching him run around the streets of the town just in a bathrobe and sunglasses and a beanie, just an absolute just train wreck drunk, just trying to just reignite the spark that he had. Man, Leonardo DiCaprio's performance for this character is just beautiful. I loved his character so much. And Willa, played by Chase Infinity, man, her character goes through a lot in this movie too, because she's having to deal with this pretty much childhood trauma of her parents being these revolutionaries, and they're the reason why her life sucks right now. I mean, what teenager wants to live in the woods with no cell phone? The only type of social life she has is with school. She has like nothing going for her because of her parents' upbringing. And man, her character is just an absolute devastation to watch sometimes. Like, you feel bad for her through the whole movie, and there's this point in the film where like her character starts to twist and starts to become what her parents were with becoming a revolutionary, and you're like, man, do you kind of want to see her do this? I mean, like, we see how Bob turned out. Do we really want to see Willa go through all this? And this character is just beautifully portrayed by Chase Infinity, which this is her very first performance in this movie, and I was shocked. Like, this is one of the best, like, theatrical debuts for a actor that I have ever seen. And one of the best parts about her performance is with her eyes. Like, she's able to express all these different emotions just through her eyes without saying a single word. I mean, just watching these two characters is just so heavy. And this is a pretty heavy movie, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, they are going through a lot in this film, and it really does bring in this heavy emotion throughout the entire runtime. And there clearly is a theme here about the sins of the parents, about how a parent's actions can really affect their own kids, and how a parent's battle and demons can pass down to the next generation. And all the side characters are great too, watching them go through their battles and struggles, with the highlight being Benicio del Toro's character, Sergio. I mean, he just seems like a regular dude that owns a dojo, but in reality, he's built this giant underground railroad for immigrants, and he's like, just trying to help those in need. And every time you see this character, you're like, hell yeah. You know, you're rooting for him, you're rooting for his cause, you're rooting for what he's doing. He was a great standout in the film. And his personality is great too. He definitely alleviates a lot of the heavy moments in the film because of how cool, calm, and collective he is. He has a lot of funny moments, he has a lot of great morals and themes with his character. Every time he's on screen, you have a little bit of a weight off your shoulders. You're like, okay, we're with Sergio, things are gonna be okay. You know, I love this character, things are gonna be alright. Like, Benicio del Toro's performance too is just so heartwarming and charming. Like, I just loved this character so much. Now let's get into the political themes about the film because they are pretty obvious. And there is going to be one particular group of people that are going to be absolutely butthurt by this movie and offended, and that is the fascist politicians and the fascist people in America right now. This movie is just one giant middle finger to fascists, making them seem like they are the biggest dumbasses on the planet. And every time they're portrayed on screen in the dumbest way possible, it's just a joy to watch. And I've already touched on the immigration themes about the movie with Benicio del Toro's character, but the film literally opens up with a French 75 taking down an immigration camp and freeing immigrants that are being held captive. I mean, this film pulls zero punches whatsoever. It opens up and just shakes you going, this is what the film is about, so get ready. And I gotta talk about Sean Penn's character with Colonel Lockjaw because he acts like this big, tough, brooding man, but he is the most insecure person in the entire film. He's an absolute loser. He's just doing his best to try and like kiss up to this pretty much white supremacist group, and he's just an absolute buffoon. He has this little deep dark secret, and every time it's brought up, he just becomes, you know, just this man-child, man-baby. Like, every time he's on screen portrayed as this big giant buffoon is absolutely hilarious because he portrays this big brooding general in the best way because it's portraying how these America big brooding men are just the most insecure man babies on the planet. And the way how this film portrays every single fascist in this film is just hilarious to watch. I mean, this is what we really needed right now. And the times like these of how these fascist dictators are taking over America right now, like, it's just so funny to see a movie that just portrays these characters how they really are, these insecure man babies. Like, watching a movie make fun of fascists, like the little pieces of shit that they are, is just, it's so good. Now let's get into the technical stuff about the movie because this film is absolutely beautiful. I mean, it is one of the best looking films of the year. Even though a lot of the landscapes in the film is just deserts and this an open field area, it still looks gorgeous to watch. The way how the camera frames all the shots and how the film looks is just absolutely breathtaking to witness, especially on the big screen. If you can see it in IMAX, please do. I know there's some 35mm showings as well. If you can see those, man, I cannot wait to see how that looks. I'm gonna try and get a screening for that because, man, this film is absolutely beautiful. And the climax of the film, shit, man, like the way how this movie looks in that climax is just amazing. It's a car chase scene near the end, and man, the way how the camera just winds up and down this bumpy road, and the music just picks up through the entire climax is just, damn, it's so good. One of the best climaxes of the year, just an absolute beauty to witness. And the soundtrack is just mwah. I've always believed that Paul Thomas Anderson is the king at putting specific songs in his movies. Every single time he uses a song for a specific scene, it just fits in so perfectly. And the actual score done by Johnny Greenwood? This is gonna be one of the best scores for a film I have seen this year. It is on par with Sinners as my favorite of the year. It's so damn good. I mean, the film is just an absolute beauty to listen to with this score. It's so hard to describe what the score is even like because the music is so unique. I recommend seeing the film first before you go and look up the soundtrack, but man, I'm gonna listen to that score like every day now, like for the next week because of how good it sounds. It's just so good. And what really tied the film together for me was the final 5 minutes. The final 5 minutes of this film really just wraps everything up together in this beautiful speech that is both uplifting and elevating, and at the same time somber of, yes, we need to fight. We need to fight for what we believe in. We need to fight for our rights. We need to protest and go out there. We need to vote for our wallets. I mean, this week alone, I've seen people protest for free speech, which was just beautiful to see. They voted for their wallets. And man, just this film just elevated my hopes, kind of. It just gave me that spark I kind of needed just to talk to you guys about why I love movies like this and why it's important to have political movies out there today with themes and messages like these. Man, this film just, it elevated me. This film just shows that every generation is going to have their one battle after another, but maybe we can all be fighting together. And man, when a film has that just deep personal message like that, and it really just has that effect on you when you leave a theater, you know it did something good. Which is why I would love to give One Battle After Another the Holy Top Hat. Man, it's been a great year for movies, man. To all my fancy friends out there, thank you so much for watching. But if it's your first time here and you like what you've seen, be sure to subscribe for more content. And have you seen One Battle After Another? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comments down below. I hope you have a fantastic night. And as always, stay fancy.